Welcome to Tired Mommy Revival. Hey mama, are you running on coffee fumes? Feeling like brain fog, fatigue, and anxiety are running the show? Do you wake up dreading the day ahead, already overwhelmed by the endless to-do list and unsure how you'll make it through? Do you long for the energy to enjoy motherhood and care for yourself, but feel stuck and unsure where to start? Let me remind you of something life-changing. You were created for more energy, more clarity, more joy. Hi, I'm Jerusha, certified holistic wellness coach, wife and mom to 2 wild boys and 1 baby girl in heaven. I know the exhaustion you're feeling because I've been there, barely making it through the day, relying on coffee and chocolate to survive, and wondering why nothing I tried ever made me feel better. Then, God stepped in and revealed a powerful truth. A woman's body is beautifully and uniquely designed to thrive. When we align with how God created us, we can boost our energy, bust through fatigue, and step into the vibrant, joy-filled life He has for us. Mama, I'm living proof that it's possible. These days, I wake up refreshed, nourish my body with intention, and navigate the chaos of motherhood with patience and peace. Most days. And I want to help you do the same. If you're ready to swap exhaustion for energy, brain fog for clarity, and guilt for grace, you're in the right place. Each week, we'll dive into practical strategies, faith-filled truths, and empowering tools to renew your health, body, soul, and spirit. Are you ready for this? Let's do it, mama. Let's talk about fiber, or as some people think of it, cardboard. Maybe those weird grainy bars you grab when you haven't gone to the bathroom in 3 days and you're starting to panic. But fiber is so much more than a backup plan for digestive drama. It's not just about oatmeal or a sprinkle of flaxseed here and there. Here's something wild. Fiber is technically a carbohydrate. Yep, it's lumped into the same macro category as sugar and starches. And honestly, that's crazy to me. As a holistic wellness coach, I believe carbs, sugar, and fiber should each get their own category. Fiber is just that unique. It doesn't behave like a typical carb. It doesn't spike your blood sugar, and instead of fueling your body with energy, it fuels your gut and detox systems. It's the unsung hero of the carb category and absolutely deserves its own mention because of its many benefits and how uniquely it's digested. So today we're diving into why fiber deserves a lot more love on your plate and how to actually get enough of it without eating like a rabbit. Let's talk about why fiber matters. Fiber plays a massive role in how your body functions. Even though it doesn't provide calories or direct energy, it's like the invisible engine running quietly in the background, keeping everything humming. Here's what fiber really does for you. It feeds your gut microbiome, helping you build a thriving digestive system. It stabilizes blood sugar, which helps keep your energy levels steady and your cravings in check. It supports hormone balance by helping your body eliminate excess estrogen. It supports healthy, happy bowel movements. Goodbye, sluggish digestion. It increases satiety, helping you stay full longer and making fasting easier. It also reduces inflammation and improves immune function. Basically, fiber is like the multitasking mom of nutrition, quietly doing 12 jobs at once and keeping everything running behind the scenes. So let's talk about how fiber actually works. There are 2 types of fiber, soluble and insoluble. Now, soluble fiber dissolves in water and forms a gel-like substance in your gut. It slows digestion and helps you feel full. This is also really important for preventing insulin spikes. And you can find this fiber in foods like chia seeds, apples, lentils, and oats. Now, insoluble fiber doesn't dissolve and adds bulk to your stool, which also helps you be regular. It's found in leafy greens, celery, carrots, and whole grains. Now, both are important, and the best fiber rich foods often have a mix of both. However, not all fiber is created equal. Here's where we bust another myth. Just eating more fiber foods like oatmeal or whole wheat toast isn't the full picture. Yes, those foods contain fiber, but the type of fiber you eat matters a lot. Think more vegetables and legumes. Think leafy greens, broccoli, lentils, and beans. These offer the most bang for your buck when it comes to fiber. Not only do they contain both soluble and insoluble fiber, but they also pack in antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, and anti inflammatory benefits. So, sure, whole wheat bread or oatmeal have their place, but when you're thinking about boosting fiber, don't stop there. Veggies and legumes help promote better nutrient density per bite, more consistent and complete bowel regularity, blood sugar support thanks to their lower glycemic load, and diverse prebiotic fiber that feeds your gut bacteria in a richer way, which helps with hormone balance, insulin sensitivity, and having a strong immune system. So, yes, fiber is found in oatmeal, but it's the roasted Brussels sprouts, garlic lentil soup, and giant spinach salad with chickpeas and avocados that really elevate your fiber game and overall wellness. So, we know that fiber does a lot for us, but let's talk about how it specifically affects our hormones. Fiber plays a big part in helping your body eliminate excess estrogen, which is critical for hormonal balance. If estrogen hangs out too long in your system, it can lead to issues like PMS, weight gain, or irregular cycles. Fiber acts like a bouncer for your hormones, keeping things moving and preventing the backup that throws your cycle out of whack. This is also a big reason why elimination is key because when you have those bowel movements, all of that junk, including the hormones that don't need to be in your body anymore, come out as well. But fiber's superpowers don't stop there. There's also a big gut hormone connection. You see, your gut and your hormones are besties. The healthier your gut, the more balanced your hormones, and vice versa. And guess what your gut needs to thrive? Fiber. Fiber feeds your good bacteria, supports digestion, and even plays a role in neurotransmitter production like serotonin, your happy chemical. So if you want to feel better emotionally, start with your gut. And if you want a happy gut, start with adding more fiber, mama. Let's talk about some signs that you might not be getting enough fiber. You could have constipation or simply just irregularity in your bowel movements. You can suffer from constant sugar cravings or blood sugar crashes, hormonal imbalances or severe PMS symptoms, skin issues, sluggishness or brain fog, or frequent bloating despite eating pretty healthy. However, on the other hand, here are some signs that you might be getting enough fiber. Number one is you'll have regular, easy to pass bowel movements. You'll have more stable energy throughout the day, reduced sugar cravings, less bloating and digestive discomfort, and clearer skin and improved mood. Adding fiber to your diet doesn't have to take over your life and it doesn't have to get weird. Some really easy fiber packed swaps would be instead of eating white bread, eat sprouted or sourdough whole grain. Instead of eating regular pasta, swap it out for lentil or chickpea pasta. Instead of eating sugary cereal, especially first thing in the morning, swap it out with oatmeal with a little bit of flax, some berries, and cinnamon. For lunch, if you're having a cheese quesadilla, especially snacking on your kids' food, maybe spice it up with some black beans and veggies in a whole wheat or sprouted tortilla. If you're eating mashed potatoes, try swapping that out for some roasted broccoli with garlic and olive oil for more of that fiber punch. If you're going to snack on some crackers, try swapping it out for something like sliced cucumber or bell peppers with hummus. And if you're going to eat chips, try making the switch to roasted chickpeas or even some roasted sweet potato fries. If you're going to eat a salad, instead of going to iceberg lettuce, switch over to something like Swiss chard, spinach, or cabbage for way more fiber and nutrient benefits. And instead of just eating a plain Jane salad with lettuce and dressing, try loading that baby up with some avocado, beans, shredded carrots, or even something crunchy like nuts, sunflower seeds, or pumpkin seeds. These swaps are simple ways to add more fiber without turning your diet upside down. As a quick side note, I know that there are some fiber supplements on the market, like Metamucil, for example, as one of them. The thing about fiber is that it takes time to work in your system. So if you're in a pinch and you really need to go, it's not the worst solution. However, it's also not the most ideal solution, especially if it's your go-to source for fiber. In that case, we really need to take a hard look at your fiber intake. The thing with these supplements is that they're often filled with fillers and artificial sweeteners, sometimes even dyes and things that mess with your digestion even more. The truth is that real food is always better. So start with a whole fiber-rich foods and skip the powders and fake orange drinks. So, how much fiber do you actually need in a day? Women should aim for about 25 to 35 grams per day, but most women are only getting 10 to 12 grams. Yikes. To close the gap, here's a simple daily plan to get you started. For breakfast, start with some chia pudding with berries. That would be about 8 grams of fiber. For lunch, you might have some lentil soup with a side salad, which would be about another 12 grams. For dinner, you could have roasted sweet potatoes and broccoli with grilled chicken, which would be about another 10 grams. And then for snack, you might have some apple slices with almond butter, which is about another 5 grams. Boom, you're at 35 grams already. But if that sounds like a big jump, no worries. Start with 20 to 25 grams and build from there. Just remember, if you increase fiber too quickly, you may end up bloated or gassy, which leads us to fiber and water. It's the non-negotiable combo. Fiber only works well if you're drinking enough water. Otherwise, it can backfire, causing bloating, constipation, and discomfort. So make sure you're sipping water throughout the day, especially when you up your fiber intake. You don't need to chug a gallon. Herbal teas, water-rich veggies, and a good old water bottle you'll actually use all count. Some signs that you're not drinking enough would include fatigue, dry skin, headaches, and sluggish digestion. But sometimes, even with water, fiber causes discomfort. So why is that? That could be a sign your gut isn't in great shape. Fiber is amazing for gut health, but a damaged gut may struggle to process it. If your gut isn't ready for lots of fiber, here's how to build it up gently. First, take a quality probiotic. Also, make sure to reduce processed sugar and ultra-processed foods. Add prebiotics like garlic, onions, bananas, and asparagus that will help your gut heal. And slowly build your fiber intake over time. You might also consider adding digestive enzymes around your meals to support the breakdown of fiber as you build your gut's ability to handle it on its own. Processed foods and sugars can deplete the enzymes you need to digest fiber properly. If you've been on a standard American diet, your gut might just need some time, care, and consistency to bounce back. The more you build your gut health, the healthier you'll be. A strong gut means better digestion, better nutrient absorption, stronger immunity, and more resilience overall. Depending on your starting point, this might be a simple shift or a little bit of a longer journey, but it's absolutely worth it for your health. Now, let's talk about fiber and fasting real quick because I would be totally remiss if I didn't tell you about the amazing benefits of adding fiber into your diet when you're fasting. If you're practicing intermittent fasting, fiber is your secret weapon. A fiber-rich meal combined with protein and fat before a fast helps you stay full longer, avoid energy crashes, and support detox pathways that help your fast do its job. Fiber-rich veggies are also loaded with vitamins and minerals that work with your body to heal, energize, and support your metabolism in so many ways. So let's do a little recap here. Grains have fiber, yes, but they aren't the MVPs of the fiber world. Many grains are hard to digest and come with anti-nutrients, especially when they're not properly prepared, including things like soaking, sprouting, and fermenting. Vegetables, on the other hand, pack more fiber per macro and offer more diverse nutrients. They're your best bang for your buck when it comes to fiber and health benefits. Fiber ties all the other macros together. It supports digestion, detox, hormone balance, blood sugar stability, and energy. It's not just about pooping, it's about thriving. And it doesn't have to be complicated. Just a few intentional swaps, a little extra plant power, and staying hydrated can change everything. So don't sleep on this macro, mama. Let's make fiber your secret weapon for hormone health, energy, and feeling good in your body. Fiber is an incredibly big part of your overall health, especially as a woman. Honestly, I could go on and on about this topic forever. It's one of these topics we'll have to dive more into down the road. However, I hope today's conversation enlightened you to the powerful effects of fiber and empowered you to eat more fiber and better quality fiber in your daily diet. Now, if you're feeling confused about how to add more fiber, make sure to check out my brand new freebie, How to Create Crave-Worthy Salads. Salads are an incredible way to get more fiber into your diet, and in this guide, I'll teach you how to incorporate a simple plan that will get you eating more veggies and actually craving them, not dreading them. So check out the link in the show notes. And if you want one-on-one help making your meals work for your hormones, energy, and real mom life, check out my Live Healthy Mama course. I'll teach you how to eat, fast, detox, and nourish your body in a way that's realistic and rooted in God's design for your health. The link is in the show notes where you can find all the details and more information. And don't miss the next episode, mama. We're breaking away from the macro myth series and talking about the single most important thing you can do for your health: eating more veggies. I know you think we've already talked so much about veggies, but the conversation isn't over. I'll be covering how to do it in a way that's enjoyable and delicious, and then we'll dive into how to get your kids eating more veggies too. You won't want to miss it. Mama, I hope this episode blessed you and reminded you that you were beautifully and uniquely made to thrive. If today's conversation spoke to your heart, I'd love for you to take a moment to leave a rating and review. Not only does it encourage me, but it helps more tired mamas discover the hope, healing, and energy they've been searching for. You're not in this alone. Make sure to hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. Together, we'll reclaim your energy, renew your health, and revive your spirit, one step at a time. Until next time, remember, you are beautifully designed by God to live with energy, clarity, and joy. You're not just surviving, mama. You're stepping into the vibrant life you were created for. I'm cheering you on.